Okay, enough of this. Who are you really?
Taron Malicos. Former Jedi.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Today we're taking a look at a lightsaber from NeoSabers. They were kind enough to send this over for us to take a look at. Now this is really cool. They sent this over in this really cool wooden box here, which I have not seen before. This is really nice. Now it is pretty well made. It's not a high quality wood or anything, but it's really nicely made, and it looks like they have their name kind of carved or embossed or whatever you want to call this on here, so you can actually feel this. This is really cool. So this is not printed. Now this is a character that I remember from Jedi Fallen Order, Taron Malicos. I don't know if they did anything before or after Jedi Fallen Order, so I don't know a whole lot about this character himself, but his lightsaber was awesome. Now he did have two sabers. Now this isn't a set of two, this is just one single lightsaber. So before we break into this bad boy, if you are new here, please drop down, subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of great videos coming up soon. We have a giveaway coming up really soon at 10,000 subscribers, so you don't want to miss that. Drop a like and hit that notification button for upcoming videos. Alright, so let's get into this and start talking about the Taron Malicos lightsaber. Now this is a Proffie installed lightsaber, and let me tell you, this thing is an absolute beauty. Some very nice details. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got like this gold-ish brass, or maybe more of a brass color finish here. Kind of a glossy black handle there. See if I can get a close-up of this pommel. Very nice details on this. And inside, we also have a more customized blade plug designed for this lightsaber. So, really great touch by putting that in there. Then, of course, inside we also have the USB-C charging cable. Looks like a screwdriver, some extra hex screws, and also another hex wrench in there. And then we have a basic instruction manual, a USB drive, and then here we have a step-by-step on how to disassemble and what part to take apart. So it says to unscrew the pommel here, the chassis is fully removable, battery, direction to put in, and to not open over here at the top of the handle area. Now I do have one complaint about this and the chassis, and it's the only negative really that I have found on this lightsaber. So we will talk about that in a second. And then, of course, we do have a beautiful, very lightweight pixel blade here. So I would not in any way recommend this for dueling. This feels very thin. And I will say, I am completely impressed by this box here. This is a beautiful presentation. All right, so let me talk about this one issue that I had here with this. So we have the instructions here on to not take apart the handle piece, to do this by the pommel area, and to remove the chassis. Now, that is exactly what I did. Let me show you here. Let me zoom in. All right, so we're gonna take off the pommel, right? Now here is exactly where I had an issue. When you take this out, right, it comes out very easily, you will see a fully exposed board in the back, okay? Now, I don't know if you could see it. Let's see if I can get the light to hit it right. There we go. You have a red and a black wire. Now this black wire, when I was putting this back in, so you're gonna have to be really careful because it does have exposed wires. You can almost see it's about to happen right now. The black wire got snagged right on the threads here. And then I didn't see it, so when I put that back in, I put the pommel back on, and it kind of twisted the black wire a little bit and pulled it off. So I did have to go in there and resolder the wire back on. Now here is another removable chassis design. you can see that you do see some exposed wires, but they are very well tucked away in the chassis itself. So they don't really have that chance of getting snagged when you're putting it back into the Saber. So honestly, that was the only negative. Look, you could see the wire kind of sticking out a little bit there, very exposed to everything. And look at that, this is a beautiful piece. So really, this is the only downfall of this whole thing, which you just have to be careful and you'll be fine. So we're gonna pop that back in, and we're just gonna really watch the wires. And as soon as it's in there, it's perfect. So you have nothing to worry about once it's in there. I rather have found that out now and then you see that, so when you get this, you really don't have any problems. You're gonna be like, oh, there's exposed wires. I know I need to be careful. Now, like I was saying, this has some nice weight to it. This weighs in at, see if I can get this to sit there well. All right. 2 pounds, 2.6 ounces. And then when you have the blade in it, it's got such a perfect balance right around here. So it feels so good in the hand when you're trying to swing things around. All right, so let's get this blade hooked up. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna pull up the website for you to give you some details. So I'll have a link to this in the description below, but this is the original Taron Proffie 2.2. Now here it says it's a dual grade polycarbonate blade. Now again, this is very, very lightweight. So I would lightly duel with it only. Do not heavy duel with stuff like that. I have broken a couple of blades, the thinner blades. Now you do have thin wall blades and thicker wall blades. So this feels very lightweight in the hand. Now it has all the typical great stuff like flash on clash, smooth swing, some great sound fonts. Looks like the Saber includes 30 changeable sound font themes, which is awesome. And over here, it looks like you have the option to get a standard black box or this really cool wooden box. All right, let's give this thing a go. That was a really nice startup. Let's see that again. You see that? It starts off like a white and green and then into the yellow. That was really nice. I love those. I like those blades a lot because they look like they're starting really hot and then they go into their color. Beautiful smooth swing. Flash on clash. Blaster blocks. Beautiful. Oh, I love that blade. What's that sound? Beautiful sound. Oh, beautiful sword. The blade is transitioning between the colors. Now, one thing I was saying about this is that with the blade on, this is one of the most well-balanced blades for me. Because this is right where I would put my hand. Look at that. Oof. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that, that's like a gradient blade. It comes out like a purple over here and then kind of fades into this bluish cyan green kind of color here. You can see the transition just on my shirt. Ooh. Oh man, that's really nice. This is a really cool fire blade. Beautiful sound.
And my rightful place as leader of Death Watch.
Oh, this is beautiful. So we have like a more bluish purpley blade. No, so you know, let me down the exposure just a little bit so you can see this a little better. So we have that white core that fades into this bluish purple, and then when you swing, the blade turns white. I hope that's coming off on camera because that looks really cool. Sweet. Ooh, I like that. Oh, really cool. It's almost like Transformery. Pretty cool lockup.
Power.
Oh, so this also has a power indicator, which is absolutely awesome. It looks like we're down, I don't know, maybe like to 90%. So that is some of the sound fonts. There's, according to the website, something like 30 sound fonts here for you to sort through. But to top that off, not only do you have a lot of sound fonts to select from, but you can basically change them into any color. We have a full spectrum of color to rotate through. So let's show you how to do that. So we're gonna click on the sound font, all right? And then we're gonna hit auxiliary and power. You'll get that beep, and then you're just gonna twist the saber. So every sound font can be any color you want. All right, and to set it in, we're just gonna do the same thing. We've got force effects, which you could just hold the power button for about a second. We've also got gesture controls on and off. Twist off, twist on. Adjusting the volume is super simple. If you want to immediately go into mute while you turn the blade on, you're just gonna hit the power button twice really quick. Like boom, boom, ready? And it's gonna go immediately into mute. Adjusting the volume up and down is very simple too. You're gonna hold the auxiliary for about a second. And then you'll hear it. Once it goes down or hits the bottom, it changes sound. So you'll hear a different beep. And then to set it in, you just hold the auxiliary for about a second as well. Boom. And last, to switch the sound fonts forward or backwards, it just depends on what direction you're gonna hold the saber. So this will go forward.
Team C. I claim this sword and my rightful place as leader of Deathwatch.
And then flip it upside down to go backwards.
Team C.
All right, that is about it for the Taron Malicos lightsaber. Thank you so much to NeoSabers for sending this over for everybody to check out. This is truly a beautiful, beautiful saber. I love the way this feels. I love the way it sounds. Again, if you're gonna get this, just be careful of those wires and the chassis. Besides that, I don't think you'd have any problems with this. It's got great sound fonts in it. It feels fantastic and it looks great, and that's really what you want in a lightsaber, right? So thanks again to NeoSabers for sending this over to look at. I'll have a direct link and a discount code down in the description for you. And while you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification button for upcoming videos. I'll see you all in the next video. Be safe and calm out there in the world. See ya.